Tonight on Q2, where's the water going?
It's almost like sandblasting the surface here, but it started with eating away that hole.
The source of a massive leak in the Billings Heights has now been found, but questions still persist. Plus, on the menu,
or the potential that we have of being able to feed ourselves is there.
We'll tell you how a partnership with a local rancher got this homegrown dish inside the Shepherd Schools cafeteria. And always tuned in.
There's 4 different kinds of saxophones that are used in high school band and up to college area. And I have found my way playing all of them. From saxophones to the tuba, a young musician is sharing his love and talent across the community. The MTN 10 o'clock news starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday night. I'm Russ Riesinger. The source of a massive water leak in the Billings Heights, which has been clouded in mystery for months, has now been discovered. It's a leak that has been costing the Heights 1 million gallons of water per day. But as our David J. reports, just because the leak has been found doesn't mean the saga is over.
There's an opening here, and it was dirt in there.
General Manager Bo Anderson shows the broken pipe.
This is extremely unusual. I've never seen a case like this.
It's a problem that the workers with the County Water District of the Billings Heights replaced and fixed within 48 hours.
They do a great job. This is like somebody playing the 5th Mozart piano concerto. Everybody knows how to play the music, and they do. It's amazing.
But the issue itself has been around much longer. The leak became apparent in October, and the district estimated it was losing about 1 million gallons of water a day.
That's when we noticed the amount of water had zoomed. I mean, it went from pretty much nothing to boom.
The crew found the leak out here on Hawthorne Lane, south of Wicks Lane, right around North and South Ping Circle. Right out there, they have a storm drain pipe and a water main pipe that cross, and they had to make the water main pipe go underneath. The leak detection firm says that was not done properly, and that's what caused the leak.
There's an opening here, and it was dirt in there, so it allowed the water, it's about 85 psi pressure, allow the water to jet. And it created a vortex back here, so meaning that the water was just flowing around, but it was picking up a little sands and things. So it became very abrasive.
Anderson said this leak started 15 years ago and pointed to other issues that he believes could have been prevented by paying more attention to detail.
So the PVC pipe was connected to was not engaged properly.
The board says that original work was done by a city contractor, and now are left to wonder about the $350,000 in lost water.
The city contractor, is he liable for this problem?
Can we go back on the insurance to file a claim?
Did our guy do their job in inspecting it?
While the mystery has been solved, the next steps remain uncertain.
Hopefully we can come to some kind of conclusion on what route to take.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
Airmen from Malmstrom Air Force Base played a key role in this morning's test launch of a missile that could shape the future of the nation's defense. According to the base, members of the 341st Missile Wing helped with the recent test launch of a Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. The Malmstrom team supported maintenance requirements for the launch, which happened just after midnight. Officials say the test paves the way for the replacement of ICBM missiles through the Sentinel project, ensuring a seamless transition and continued security for the nation. In Washington, members of Congress continue to debate the merits of what President Trump calls his big, beautiful budget bill. The president and the Speaker of the House are hopeful that bill will pass this week before the holiday weekend. But as CBS News' Erica Brown reports, a number of Republican holdouts may stand in the way of that happening.
As President Trump welcomed the Florida Gators, the National Men's College Basketball Champions, to the White House Wednesday, House Republicans worked to push across the finish line what he calls his one big beautiful bill.
I feel very confident that we're going to keep this bill moving tonight. Keeping this bill moving means passing it. And look, we know the margins are tight.
House Speaker Mike Johnson was pushing for a House vote on the bill as soon as Wednesday afternoon, but it's unclear if the president will have the votes needed for the bill to pass due to a number of Republican holdouts.
You will see how all of this is resolved, but I think we can resolve their concern.
The budget package includes an additional $350 billion for border security, deportations, and defense, and spending cuts to entitlement programs. But members of the House Freedom Caucus say those cuts and efforts to root out waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicaid don't go far enough.
You're having 7 times more money going to the able-bodied than the vulnerable. We're trying to fix that.
President Trump worked to rally support for his bill, calling key Republicans for a meeting at the White House Wednesday afternoon. White House officials say the meeting moved the ball in the right direction and called on Congress to immediately pass this bill. The markets tumbled Wednesday due in part to concerns the president's spending bill could lead to exploding federal deficits. The House Rules Committee began debating the legislation in the wee hours Wednesday morning. The committee's vote is the last hurdle before the bill can go to the full House for a vote. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Major changes at the Food and Drug Administration could limit how COVID vaccines are rolled out and who can get the updated shots this fall. In a paper published yesterday in the New England Journal of Medicine, top FDA officials said the agency wants to see data from new clinical trials that show COVID shots are still safe and effective before approving them for healthy adults and children. The costly new requirement for pharmaceutical companies could limit who gets new jabs each year. Previously, the FDA typically approved updated COVID shots for all Americans as long as they triggered a strong enough antibody response. The paper argues that this approach is outdated. The new clinical trial requirement is not expected to affect the fall rollout for older adults and other people at high risk. And a tick known to transmit a dangerous disease has now been found in a second Montana county. A black-legged tick, also called a deer tick, has been identified in Sheridan County, which includes the community of Plentywood. Black-legged ticks, the state's first known tick to carry Lyme disease, appeared in Dawson County earlier this spring when one was found on a hunting dog. As for Sheridan County, the tick was detected by crews who were out doing active tick surveillance near a lake. Research indicates ticks must be attached to a person for at least 24 hours before they can transmit Lyme disease, making it all that more important to check yourself for ticks if you've been outdoors. A fresh taste of home was featured on the lunch menu today at Shepherd Schools. Beef donated from the Vermilion Ranch is part of a recent push to bring locally grown foods into Montana schools. As our Charlie Kleps reports, it's a win-win for a lot of taste buds.
Beef.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's what's for lunch here at Shepherd Schools.
Beef is really an essential role in our lives.
A true staple in Montana agriculture.
Historically, Montana was a state that had about 3 cows for every person.
Now making its way into the cafeteria.
Can I get another cheeseburger?
But this beef didn't have to travel far.
Our main headquarters are down on the Yellowstone River about 5 miles south of here.
It came as a donation from the Vermilion Ranch, a tool being used across Montana.
A lot of schools have been able to take on bringing local beef into their schools.
Shepherd mother Shaylee Harney began working on bringing beef to her school this fall after noticing it being done in other school districts around the state.
Getting beef on the plates of kids that is local, grown by our local ranchers is phenomenal.
Shepherd Superintendent Drea O'Donnell saw the benefits immediately.
It's helping the local rancher. It's helping our school district as the students are eating better.
On Wednesday, students got to enjoy their first bites.
The fact that we're able to bring in a local product, but also in such a higher quality.
But it didn't come without some work from a Livingston-based nonprofit called Producer Partnership, which collects donations from local ranchers and helps bring that quality food to schools or food banks around the state. Earlier this year, Big Sandy schools were a beneficiary.
The benefit being that the school doesn't have to put limited resources into trying to buy protein.
Founder Matt Pearson says the goal is not only to help save schools money, but also provide solid nutrition for students.
We're all becoming more and more aware of nutrition and the benefits of eating whole foods as opposed to ultra-processed.
A task Roger Jacobs with Vermilion Ranch was happy to help with, seeing potential for a beneficial Montana process for years to come.
Hopefully we're first of many that are going to donate and keep the kids eating good, nutritious beef.
In Shepherd, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
And good Wednesday evening, everyone. Taking a live view outside on our Stockman Bank camera. Certainly quieter now than it was earlier in the day. Had lots of gusty wind, comfortable temperatures, but it was cooler than average by a little bit. Had a low of 45 at a high this afternoon of 63. Thankfully not record breaking, nowhere near 91 degrees. And we have no heat waves coming, but there are more chances for rain, gusty wind, thunderstorms, and a warming trend of our forecast all the way past Memorial Day weekend coming up.
Metro Park's new outdoor arena is beginning to come to life. Construction on the rodeo arena continues to accommodate the state's top cowboys and cowgirls in August. Well, it doesn't look like much now. The area will look completely different, building the 50-foot tall structure to hold the bleachers. Metro Park General Manager Stoney Field looks forward to the opportunities the new arena will bring.
It's going to be a spectacular situation that we all look forward to for years to come. That's why we've all committed long-term to making a great facility here to bring people in.
Once finished, the arena will be able to seat 3,200 people. It'll host its first rodeo during Montana Fair. In an effort to get more travelers to the Billings Airport, United Airlines has launched a seasonal daily direct flight to Chicago. That flight begins tomorrow and extends through October, accommodating an additional 6,000 seats for the season. Director of Aviation Jeff Roach says the expansion is already drawing excitement with all 76 seats on tomorrow's flight booked.